Hello ladies and gentlemen, it is Monty Puck with Puckin' Around, and today we are talking about the November 22nd, 2025 game between the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Montreal Canadiens. There was a physical start to this one, as early on in the first, Bobby McMann got involved by the Habs bench, causing a bit of a traffic jam. Florian Xhekaj and Josh Anderson each had some big hits on Troy Stecher as well. Then with about 15 and a half, Dakota Joshua wraps around the Habs net with a good chance that Dobish slides across to save. Arbor Xhekaj then goes at Joshua and they shove and draw a crowd. With just under 15 in the first, Oliver Ekman-Larsson passes to Sammy Blais at center, and Arbor Xhekaj lights him up. Blais went back at him with a hit as well, and they clearly had a chat, but nothing happened yet. Then with around 12 left in the first, Oliver Ekman-Larsson gets slashed to the back of the knee by Alex Carrier, and there was no call, and he was very mad about that. About a minute later, Zach Bolduc and Mike Matheson hit William Nylander at the same time as he was trying to change, and he responds by punching Bolduc in the chin. No call on the play, and the Habs were upset that time. Then shortly after, Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Jaden Struble get into it, and Josh Anderson cross-checks Oliver Ekman-Larsson near Dobish. Oliver Ekman-Larsson gets a minor for roughing, and Struble gets a double minor. Gallagher ended up serving that for him for throwing a few extra shoves, and the Leafs go to the power play. With just under 8 left in the first, Nick Suzuki sauces one across to Lane Hudson, who slaps it home as Gallagher and Stecher bump into Joseph Woll, and the Habs take a 1-0 lead. Craig Berube contemplates challenging, but chooses not to. Then with 6.5, only a minute 22 later, Mike Matheson passes one back to Noah Dobson, who slap shots one past a screened Woll, who never saw it until it was behind him. 2-0 Habs. In the final minutes of the first, after getting hit with a shot by Noah Dobson, Dakota Mermis goes to the dressing room and was having a hard time breathing. It appeared to hit him in the throat area. Starting the second, Dakota Mermis returned and was back in action. In the first 2 minutes, Joseph Woll made several big saves, including one in close on Juraj Slafkovsky. Defense was looking very rough to start this period. Nick Suzuki with some good chances as well that Joseph Woll stopped. Then with just under 16 minutes, Noah Dobson one-times another slap shot after Slafkovsky finds Demidov down low, who immediately found Dobson. His second of the game and his first 2-goal game of his career. It is 3-0 Habs. The Habs get a power play, and with 12.5, a nice tic-tac-toe play leads to Zach Bolduc in front, getting a great chance that Joseph Woll is able to cover. With just under 12 to go in the second, Slafkovsky, still on the power play, gets a breakaway and snaps one on Woll, but he gets a piece of it to keep it out. As the power play is expiring, the Leafs take another call, and the Habs get an extra attacker. The Habs pin the Leafs down in their zone, and Joseph Woll was under siege, making save after save for a few minutes. Some of the saves he made were on Slafkovsky, Demidov, and Suzuki, with the final shot knocking his helmet off to get the whistle. McCabe took a hooking penalty during the play, but he went to the locker room as he took a puck up high right after and was bleeding pretty badly. So Easton Cowan served the penalty. Jake McCabe did not return to the game. On the next power play, the Habs get some good chances, and with 8.5, as Oliver Kapanen takes a shot that Woll stops, Gallagher gets the rebound, another save, and the puck bounces to Slafkovsky, and Joseph Woll does the splits and barely gets a pad on it to keep it out of the net. Leafs are able to kill the penalty. With just under 7 minutes, Florian Xhekaj, in his first NHL game, of course the brother of Arbor Xhekaj, the Habs defenseman, although Florian is a winger. Florian Xhekaj cycles the puck around the boards behind the Leafs net to Josh Anderson. He backs up out front and rips one off of Joseph Woll's shoulder and into the back of the net. It is now 4-0 Habs. Florian Xhekaj with his first point and assist in his first NHL game. The Leafs pull Joseph Woll out of mercy at this point and put Hildeby in to relieve him. Then with about 2:40 left in the second, William Nylander passes to Easton Cowan, who drops it to Oliver Ekman-Larsson near the point, and he fired a shot past Dobish to make it a 4-1 game. Oliver Ekman-Larsson now has a 6-game point streak, and the longest point streak by a Leafs defender was Borja Salming with 7. So Oliver Ekman-Larsson will look to tie that next game. Heading to the third now, with just over 14 left to go in the game, Bobby McMann rushes in and takes a shot that hit Dobish in the helmet. Rebound out, Scott Laughton rips a shot, Dobish makes another save as the refs blow the play dead since his helmet strap broke. At this point, the Leafs have stated that McCabe will not return upper body injury. Commentators took a look at the replay, and they said that it may have been the jaw. And based on the replay we saw, I'd be inclined to agree, as it looked like he was trying to move his mouth and struggling to move his lower jaw. He seemed to be in a lot of pain, and there was a fair amount of blood. Then with about 8.5, Dakota Mermis and Brendan Gallagher wrestle through the Leafs net and knock it off. Scott Laughton takes down Jarrett Davidson and slams him into the back of the net. And then Struble and McMann were shoving each other, and everyone else was trying to aid their teammates. Mermis and Gallagher are the only penalties, each minor roughing. And we got some 4-on-4 action. With around 6 minutes left in the game, Ekman-Larsson threw a hard hit on Oliver Kapanen behind the Leafs goal. Ekman-Larsson lost his skate blade and Kapanen was shaken up on the hit. Both were slow to the bench, although for different reasons. Then with 5.5 to go, a post-whistle scrum results in Dakota Mermis and Fleury and Jack-Eye dropping the gloves and having a feisty rock'em sock'em style tilt, throwing haymakers at each other over and over and over, and it only ended when they were both too gassed to keep going. Mermis had a fair bit of blood on his visor afterwards, and I think the impact of the visor hitting his face sliced him open. Mermis and Jack-Eye each get fighting majors, and Jack-Eye got a slashing minor as well. The Leafs go to the power play. Very early into the power play, the Leafs pull Dennis Hildeby and start cycling it around in the Habs zone, well on the 6-on-4. Matthias Michelli finds Morgan Rielly, and Morgan Rielly goes to William Nylander, who's at the right point, and he rips a wrist shot through traffic to beat Dobish on the power play 4-2 game. Then, with 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, Josh Anderson gets the puck at center ice, fires it into the Leafs' empty cage, 5-2 Habs. And then as the horn goes, Arbor Jack-Eye goes right after Dakota Joshua, and they wrestle and throw some jabs. Steven Lorentz goes with Jaden Struble, and the rest of the guys all pile together, pushing and shoving as the refs try to settle everyone down and just get them off the ice so they can go home. I also saw Bobby McMahon, Stetcher, and Benoit were all together pushing and shoving and just whoever they could get their hands on. With the injury list already as long as it is, and with McCabe it may be piling on even further, I don't know what it's going to take to get these guys back into the win column. Joseph Wall played his heart out, but he was unable to steal the game when he had basically no support. Just another unfortunate game for the Leafs this year, although that just seems to be the story of the season. With that being said, thank you guys for listening. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.